Good day, champs. This is Anthony Phillips Njoko, the founder of 10x Digital Lane. And today we're diving into the market fundamental and technical breakdown for the time period of 28th of April to the 2nd of May. So how this goes down is that we're going to talk about the technical charts. After we talk about technical charts, we also talk about the fundamental charts. So in between, we'll be sharing opportunities on how you can be able to start trading the financial market today as a professional, and also how you can be able to start up a little account from $10 and grow it up to $100 capital with our current challenge with the 10x Digital Lane Academy. So I want you to stay to the end because we'll be sharing a lot of opportunities and information and also tips that will help you stay in profits for the trading week. So with that said, I will share my screen and we'll pick up from there. Right now, you should be able to see my screen. And what you're looking at is TradingView platform. This is where every trader come to analyze the market, okay? Mainly retail traders. So the pairs we're focused on today is Euro USD, Australian dollar against the United States dollar, gold, and then Bitcoin, because this is going to actually cover the Forex market, the cryptocurrency market, and the precious metal market as well. We would have loved to add oil and some stocks, but we just want to stay precise and focused with few pairs. So before we forecast this week, we would like to show you our forecast for last week. Last week was the market was here on a Monday. So the guys, the market is going to have a retest for another push up. That's what we saw. Okay. So actually our first retest was a successful forecast. Okay, but the structure on Euro USD didn't really play out as intended. We took the sell on another pair, GPUSD, because they are both London session pairs and we were able to make good profits from it. So this sell and then push back up. So we're still expecting this push back up because the prevailing trend is still an uptrend. Okay, so with that in mind, let's update this chart right now. So how we update chart is, first of all, we update the weekly chart. We take the previous week low, we place it over here, and then we take the previous week high, we place it over here. This is the weekly candle, weekly time frame. Okay, and we have 4 weeks in a month. So this was the first week of April. It was a bullish week. Second week of April, slightly bullish, didn't break the first week. Third week of April broke the first week's high and then closed lower. Then this is the fourth and last week of April, which dives into the next month as well out of May. So what we can expect from here is literally a little pullback for the ending days of April before we can now start even looking for major push-ups. So with that in mind, we'll go to the daily time frame. What we do on the daily time frame is look at the structure. Okay, the supply and demand zones, and as well the prevailing trend lines. So literally, if you look closely from the past over here, this is looking like a supply zone on the daily time frame over here. This is looking like a supply zone over here. Why I say that is because the market came to here, create a double top, and then started bearish structure to the downside. Okay, so that is a supply zone. So I like to mark my supply zones with the red zone. But meanwhile, I already marked it out on the daily time frame. That's the supply zone. Then the current demand zone on the daily time frame. This can be seen as the current demand zone. This over here, this current demand zone on the daily time frame. So market actually works with demand and supply most times. So with that in mind, we'll go down to the 4 hours time frame. The prevailing trend line as well is drawn already on the daily time frame is an uptrend. Okay. So if you can see what is the market actually doing and what is that market trying to show us. So I need to refine this zone, this huge zone here. Why I need to refine it because if you look closely on what the market is giving us, the market came for what an impulse here, a correction, and that impulse. But this sales side liquidity are going to be taken on the 4 hours time frame, which means that a change of character has not played out yet. So which means that we still need what? Still need what? A little push up from where the market is currently to continue this downward push, okay, towards this prevailing trend line minimum. Okay. So with that in mind, our forecast for last week is still remembered, and based on our forecast, we said we're expecting a pullback. This was our forecast for last week. We're expecting a pullback for another push up. And if the focus for last week is still meant to be respected, this is the demand zone that is likely going to hold this market. This demand zone over here, 4 hours demand zone, and I have marked it out already. So we'll monitor the market and see how the market reacts over here. So two things is involved. The first is that the market is going to just respect this demand zone over here and continue pushing to the upside. Or the market is going to do what? Push up a bit and then fall towards this prevailing trend line, taking liquidity below this low, below this low, below this low, and below this low. Okay, so that's literally what I see on the Euro USD pair. So let me take this off so this can be neat. I want to update this supply zone I'm currently looking at on the 4 hours time frame to become this, so it doesn't become so noisy. Good. So this is it. Okay, so that's what I see for Euro USD. Then the next on the list is AUD USD. So for AUD USD, this was our forecast for last week as well. We had basically from what I can see, we had a reoptimization zone over here, this reoptimization zone. And we told you guys from last week Monday, we're expecting market to come and test this reoptimization zone over here. Okay. After it tests this reoptimization zone over here, we're expecting market to start shooting to the upside towards this daily and 4 hour supply zone. So let's update this chart for today. So let's go to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we need to update the previous week high and previous week low. This is the previous week high. If you break the previous week high, go higher. If you break the previous week low, you go lower. So with that in mind, what's the big picture on the weekly time frame? What's the big picture? Weekly time frame are meant to you for chart patterns, okay? So if you look at the chart pattern on the weekly time frame, it's more like a descending wedge that broke, okay? And then from here, you can still expect what? A massive drop for AUD USD on the weekly time frame. So still, the retest can be deep. This retest of after breaking this low, this retest can be deep to come to this level before we even see another drop for AUD USD. So we'll keep that in mind while we're analyzing this market, because the higher time frame needs to be in sync with the lower time frame. So we then go down to the daily time frame. What do we see on the daily time frame? You see literally that throughout last week the market was ranging. Okay, let me take this off. You see throughout last week the market was actually ranging. Okay, this was Monday, buy, Tuesday, sell, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was actually ranging. So if we're able to just be taking trades, 20 pips stop loss, 40 pips take profits, or 20 pips stop loss, 20 pips take profits, you just be making like 20 pips, 20 pips, 20 pips each day. Buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells. That's what AUD was doing literally throughout all week. So we didn't really trade much of AUD though, because we were aiming on markets that are trending. So with that in mind, this the explanation zone still holds on the 4 hours time frame. The demand zone there still holds because market didn't really make any much move. Okay, so we're not really going to be touching any of the demand or supply zones we spotted out last week because the structure is still clear. And if you can see if you can see clearly, this structure is still clear for AUD against the dollar. So what we are still expecting for AUD now is since it has come into this our recognition zone, aka a demand zone as well, we still not expect it from this level now to have a relief push up towards this supply zone because the rate test has been completed from last week. But if we see a total change of structure that breaks this low, this low, this low, this low, and the market comes back to retest and creates for us a change of character on the lower time frame, we will now be taking these sales to the downside for AUD against dollar. Okay, so this is literally what we see. But basically, what I can also tell you that this is end of the month structure. Mainly, the main volumes that push in the market push on the second and the third week of the month. Okay, but the first week of the month sometimes can be uncertain. You don't know what the month wants to do, but the second and third week actually fulfills or continues the flow for the other weeks. So this is what I see for AUD against the dollar. So watch out and see how that plays out. Then for God's money. So literally for gold, I like the structure it's giving us and I admire the setup it has done. So for gold, this was our forecast. The market was all the way up here. So I wanted the market to retest and continue pushing up, but within the week, the whole structure of gold literally changed. So this forecast was not valid. It didn't play out as intended. So with that in mind, we can now give a much more updated versions of this analysis. We'll go to weekly time frame first, then we mark a previous week high. The previous week high was 3,500 per ounce. Then this is the previous week low, the previous week low over here. Then we go to the daily time frame. So in daily time frame, we spot out the prevailing trend line mainly for the daily time frame. And based on what I can see on daily time frame prevailing trend, we are on a parabolic bull run, which is more like an uptrend. Okay, if I should mark it out with a zone and not a line, it should look something similar to this. Okay, so with that in mind now, okay, we have the demand zone here on the daily time frame over here. We have a secondary demand zone over here. So I'm just going to mark out that secondary demand zone. Then go to the 4 hours time frame. On 4 hours time frame, the structure has actually changed. If you look closely, you see that this pattern is impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse, a change of character. Then this is looking like a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, so the market wants to like have a good push to the downside on the sales. And also we have fundamental factors due to the tariff disagreement between Trump and the Chinese president. They're talking about negotiations. They're talking about sitting down and discussing about the tariff plan moving forward. So with that in mind, it is easing a lot of tension in investors uncertainty of the world economy, and they're selling off gold a bit. And also some investors are selling off gold to be able to capitalize on the coming bull run that has been set in place by the 90 days tariff pause for other nations in the world aside from China. So that's literally what's going on. So gold holders are either using their golds to loan money or they're using they're selling off their goods. But if you're to think of a wealthy mindset will best borrow with his assets than to actually sell off his assets. So with that in mind, uh This is what I see for gold right now. The gold works with psychological levels ever since the parabolic bull run started because it's in a region that no one really knows its next form. So with that in mind, we have this double top, okay, formed correction, and I expect gold to drop further down. Okay, I expect gold to drop further down. Okay, and that's what I see for gold right now. Meanwhile, I have another picture of gold. We have this is 4 hours time frame, correct? Yes. So as at before the market opened, we had an expanding wedge that played out this way. And this expanding wedge is always the move. This is the move for the expanding wedge. So that's why I see gold from this level where it is coming towards this level to fill and then drop. It could go deeper than this, but I see it minimum this psychological level of 3,350 to drop because I see that there's a lot of rejections playing out here. So that's what I see currently for gold. Then with that in mind, the next is Bitcoin, people's money. So we update Bitcoin because last week's forecast on Bitcoin was accurate and top notch. We spotted Bitcoin at this point on Monday. No, at this point on Monday. Yeah. So we told you guys that we wanted Bitcoin to break this. There was a supply zone here, but now it has turned into a optimization zone. Once it breaks, we want it to have a little retest here to continue push up. Bitcoin did not retest. So that's why we do not actually call the trade for you guys. So what the market now do now? The market has spotted before I even update it. Let's go to the weekly time frame first. Let's update the weekly time frame, higher time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we take this to the previous week high, previous week low. Then on the daily time frame, we have a daily supply zone here. We have a daily demand zone here. On the 4 hours time frame, we have a 4 hours supply zone here. We have 4 hours demand zone here. We have 4 hours area optimization zone all the way here. So so what I see on Bitcoin is that there has been a lot of positive sentiments going on for cryptocurrency. And with that in mind, you should be looking more of the buy opportunities and not sell opportunities. Okay, because the trend is your friend and it's always going to be in favor of the buyers and not the sellers moving forward. So literally, this is the prevalent trend line the market has carved out for us with the previous moves it has made. So based on when the tariff pause was announced, we expect at least Bitcoin to get to its new all-time high before July, 5th July, 5th July 2025. So uh one thing I would just say, I'm not a financial advisor. If you can buy Bitcoin every day, buy. If you can't buy every day, save up your money and buy once every week. If you can't buy once every week, save up your money and buy once every month. But let it be a significant figure. If you can do $1 every day, fine. $10 every day, fine. $100 every day, fine. That's literally what President of El Salvador is doing. He buys Bitcoin every day with the funds of the country. So that's what I see because the trend has actually changed. So a little push up here can still push Bitcoin to your side. And then the second move is that if it now breaks the previous week high, then we use it as a observation zone to continue pushing to the upside. So you might be wondering if it starts pushing to the upside, where do we expect the market to at least get to? We have a supply under supply zone lying here that will hold this market from continue the push to the upside. So that's what I see currently for BTC against the dollar. Okay, so if the market should just uh get past that that supply zone as we see it right now, this becomes the new supply zone. So we're watching out for that. Like I say, the trend is a friend, and the prevailing trend now is now a buy trend and not really a downtrend. So you should be more looking for buy opportunities because it's going to go in sync with your direction, not to actually confuse you. So if I should also look at this chart very, very well, I see that this is like an ascending triangle. Yes, this is an ascending triangle. And the principle to trade ascending triangle is enter at the breakout. That's it. It's looking like an ascending triangle. So this forecast here is likely to happen. This one. Okay, investors don't even want to retest. They want the price to get cheaper, but if the price gets cheaper, you buy. So this is what I see for BTC USDT now. Okay. I'll be checking out the comment section. If you have any questions at all, just drop it on the comment section. Meanwhile, if you want to learn how to trade, you can dive down to our website, www.10xdigitallink.com to grab the knowledge you need. Once you type in this website on any browser, it's going to bring out this actual page for you, and then you will know more about our company. 10x Digital Link Academy will bring you a unique perspective to the world of digital assets, and we teach you how digital trading works, how to earn massive passive income on different digital assets, how to invest in safe assets, and how to build and grow a startup business from zero to hero. Right now, we're offering a $10 to $100 challenge for every single individual that has been able to join our community. So if you want to also know more about us, you can come over here and then play this video. This has a detailed business plan presentation, which has to do with our certifications and our experiences so far. So these are some of the companies that trust us and the companies we use to offer these services to our clients. These are our team member or global team member. We are more based on having an ecosystem of decentralized teams across the globe, because in that way we can be able to get the finest skill sets that will work with us. So over here is also the prices we offer for our services. We have the 1 month training, which is $49 per month. We have the 3 months training, which is $139.65. We have the 6 months training, which is $264.06. And we have the 1 year training, which is $470.04. All of them comes with their own discount price, like the 1 year training comes with 20% discount price. So over here, some of the students who have joined us, for instance, over here is Ugina. Says, I still remember what you told me that time. Everything I'm still sticking to all of them. And he actually stick to all of them. And he's a very, very good trader. Right now, we have way more testimonies in our community. Just go to the link in the description, okay? This link exactly, this link tree. Yeah, this link tree dot slash net digital link. Then scroll down to the end. Scroll down to the end. You're going to see our social media handles here, like our WhatsApp group, our TikTok, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, LinkedIn, Telegram. If you just be able to join this Forex Made Easy Telegram group, you're going to see updates, regular updates, comments from our students, comments from our community members, how our members are actually progressing with the $10 to $100 challenge. Because we want to make it something that people can start with a little amount and be able to do it to something exponential. Okay. And part of the challenge, we join the challenge and we are making sure that we're guiding everybody along the trail of achieving that challenge. We're not getting it done with risk. We're getting it done with actual proper risk management and trading market in the right and appropriate way. Over here now is we have our Telegram group. We send signals as well, both crypto and forex signals. We send them because we analyze and specialize in those markets. So you just follow us. Any other link you use, it's not ours. We need to use the official link. Also, you can find the official link on our website by going to the bottom end of this page over here. You see this official link, the Facebook, the Twitter, the YouTube, the Instagram, the Telegram, and the WhatsApp. All these are our official links. You click them, you get yourself to our pages. So as well, if you find it difficult to get signed up on our website, you can visit our seller store. Why we incorporated this last year is because we are currently working on developing our multi-level marketing system on our website. Okay, and we're working on it now with a team of developers. So with that in mind, we are offering a multi-level marketing, not more like a multi-level marketing system though. We're offering more like a referral-based system, an affiliate-based system, yes, for every single candidate that is part of our community. Okay, you can just reach out to me and you think you have a congregation, you have a group, you have a community, and you want to be able to make money off them, but you have a little knowledge of forex trading, and you want to introduce them to our company so that we can be able to impact them, okay, with this knowledge. And every single individual introduced to us should get a particular percentage for the referral. That's what we use Seller for right now. Okay. And also Seller has also been a very huge benefit to us based on reaching our clients in UK, in across the world, Angola, Tanzania, receiving multiple currencies, which will also be converted to our native currency, which is the Naira. So over here is some free products, okay? You can get our free book on how to make 6 figures in 6 months. That's only property is a real estate book. And this is a practical approach. Every single information we wrote here, not actually it's not actually forged. I'm not meant to use the word forged. And there's a particular word used in literature. Uh, 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 I'll still get that in mind, but it's actual experiences that has been documented. So we're even getting more experiences done, and then we're documenting those experiences to be able to what share with the general public, and it's also going to be part of our portfolio. So over here is how to become a passive income machine. This is also a system whereby you can be able to what, connect to our system and then earn passive income as well. Then also over here is our VIP signal services, which entails having a daily analysis session with the community, VIP community, and then we also send multiple signals within the week. A day we could get 2 to 3 signals depending on the market condition. And then we're going to give you advanced tips, what is happening in the market, the news event that will happen in the market on a daily basis, which is more like also holding your hand and telling you to know how to place a trade the appropriate way and the appropriate time. So over here is our course material. Okay, you can as well subscribe for our course material through this link. Okay, you have access to 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. And you just be able to click view this particular item, you'll be able to click on more details. And when you click on more details, it's going to show you every single benefit and value you get from us. Every single benefit and value. So this is what you'll be getting. Once you make the payment, you get access to, let's say you paid for the 6 months package, you get 6 months intensive online bootcamp on our website. Then you get a guest trainer, okay, Forex expert to handle your training courses for you, both the beginner and the advanced. Then you get our free Forex software files, indicators that we use currently to be able to analyze the market and make proficient with risk management and also trade execution. Also, over here, we have our VIP signals. Automatically will be added into the VIP signal once you register for our course material. Also, over here, you have a membership into the VIP Mastermind live trading sessions, which is held every single day. Because we treat our VIPs like a king, we treat you like royalty. We make sure that we give you the right information, the right guidance, and also the right approach, psychology you need to apply to be able to succeed in the industry. So over here, you have to now follow, you have a one-on-one session you can attend with me, okay? The one session now is that you've studied the materials taught by you and taught to you by our experts, okay, for experts. The one session now is like there is a particular concept that is hard for you. You've thought of this concept, you've thought of this concept, and you don't still get it. Okay. So this is when you now come and reach out to me, we schedule a meeting, then we sit down and we discuss this particular topic that is difficult for you, and we set you free with the one-on-one session. You gain access to our new book, Forex Mastery Guides Trading Success. It's more like our textbook, our basic textbook of Forex market. Then you get a certificate of participation when you're done, when you pass the exam, literally, and then you'll be funded a $1,000 instant account with our partner top firm, or that's what we offer. So this has to be updated. And then this is from 6 months package upwards. Okay. So that's it. But if you get the 3 months, 1 month, you're not entitled to this. But if you get the 6 months package, you're highly entitled to that. So with that said, we'll now dive into the fundamental news events for the week. For Monday already, it has been shown. We had unemployment rate in the morning, it was lower than expected, which is bad for Euro. Then, sorry, it was higher than expected, which is bad for euro. Then we had retail sales month over month and year over year. They are both positive for euro. Then by 9 o'clock, we have manufacturing PMI, which was negative for euro. Then lastly, we have ECB speaking by 2 p.m. So that news could highly impact and bring in volatility into the market for euro. Then on Tuesday, London session, we have consumer confidence for euro, which we see if it go higher than minus 26. Okay, it's going to make euro to be strong, Germany to be precise. Then we have the GDP growth in Spain. So if the GDP is higher than 0.7, it is good for euro. If it is lower than 0.7, it is bad, which means that the country is not actually growing, it is dying. Then over here is also the year over year figure last year against this year, quarter one. Then you have 3.2%. If you say if you go higher than 3.2%, it is good for euro. Then lower than 3.2%, it is bad for euro. Then we have the good trade balance, which has to do with total imports minus total exports within the United States of America for New York session 113 West African time. So we see a figure higher than minus $146 billion. So it should what give strength to the dollar. But we see a figure lower than minus 146 billion, which means that there was more what imports than more exports. So literally due to the trade issue, the tariff issue, I think that this figure is going to be improving ahead of time. Okay. If you check now, minus 147.91 billion, and minus 146 billion. This is higher than this. Minus 146 is higher than minus 147 because it is in negative ascending order. You understand? That's how you determine increase in negative orders. So over here now, by 3 p.m., we have New York session job openings. How many companies are currently employing? So you see a figure that has 7.5, higher than 7.5, which is good for dollar, which means that there are more companies are having more job openings for individuals, and lesser is bad. Then we have Wednesday, April uh, 30th. And on that day, it's the last day of the month. We have CPI for AUD and early in the morning by 2:30 a.m. Okay. A higher figure than 0.6, it is good for AUD. A lower figure is bad. Monthly indicator as well. It's the same thing for the CPI. This is a derivative. This is a derivative. This is the main one. This is the main one by 2:30. This is the main one focusing. Okay, so if you see a figure higher than 140.4, it is good for AUD. The lower figure is bad for AUD. Then early in the morning, we have the GDP growth for France. Okay, so like I said previously, a figure higher than 0.6 is good, a lower figure is bad. Then we have the retail sales followed on. Retail sales has to do with the sales of retail stores. Okay, so if you see a figure of higher than 3.2, which means that the retail stores made profit, then it is good. Then if you see a figure lower than 3.2, it is bad. Then we have the inflation rate. Okay, it has to do with the increase in prices of goods and services compared to last year because it's year over year for April to be precise in France. Okay, we say if you go higher than 0.9, it is good for euro. The lower figure, it is bad for euro. Then also we have the following news of That's following news that is going to impact the euro for the week. And the news is the retail sales. And like I told you guys, if the retail sales increase in figure, then euro should be strong. But a decrease in figure, euro should be weak. Okay, so you guys should really watch out for this news event because they are highly volatile and they are highly impactful in the forex market. Okay, so with that in mind, to wrap up the week. We have a lot of CPIs for Wednesday as well. The higher CPI is good for euro. The lower CPI is bad for euro. Then diving into the week. We have also on Thursday, we have a global manufacturing PMI for AUD. The higher figure is good for AUD, the lower figure is bad for AUD. So we have to watch out for that as well. Then we have balance of trade, the same with dollar. A higher figure should be good for AUD, a lower figure should be bad for AUD. Then we have the Japan. We have Japan interest rate decision. We have Japan interest rate decision. So they want to leave it unchanged. If they leave it unchanged, then Japanese yen should be weak. But if they leave it unchanged, Japanese yen should be strong. But if they cut, Japanese yen should be weak. Then London session, we have retail sales for CHF. A higher figure is good, lower figure is bad. Initial jobless claims for dollar later that day, and a lesser figure for initial jobless claims is good, a higher figure is bad. Then on Friday, we have retail sales. We have a lot of retail sales. We have manufacturing PMI. We already talked about this before. Then to wrap up the week, mainly Friday is NFP. We'll be trading NFP live with everyone during London session. And I hope that you'll be able to show up for our NFP trades and be able to make profit with us. Thank you so much for watching to this point. We'll be monitoring the market, and if we see any trading opportunity, we share it with you guys in our community. So just go down below, join our communities so that you don't miss out on any trading opportunity. Thank you, and I wish you a profitable trading week.